This is DLK Productions presenting my brand new Lego Bank Truck Armory Heist. What is up, you guys? I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. Today we are going to be going over my newest mock. This is the Bank Truck Armory Heist. So this is a depot for where they have bank trucks or armored trucks that come in and get supplied with money to replace banks or after they have been deposited with gold and transferred over. But yeah, overall, this is a bank armory for supply of their trucks. So first off, we are going to be starting off with the very entrance of this. So first off, we have a truck just driving on in through the front entrance right here with the gate closing behind him. And we just have him driving on in, which he can actually move. And right along him, we have the security guard who kind of like rings him in with that little bit red button. And as you guys can see, we have a energy drink with an alert, and that alert is to say, hey, the truck is coming in. No need like for alarm or anything like that. And then we just have him kind of like, oh, I talked with the guy and now he's watching a video on his phone since this is a pretty dull part of the job. And he's watching these ghost videos, which are actually pretty prominent right now, which I think are pretty cool. So he's just laughing at that at the moment. And he's just sitting right there. And then we have a little weapon right there in the corner. And as we go over, we have this balcony over this whole thing. And this also kind of wraps around. This is kind of like the end of it. And it kind of wraps this way as well. And then we have a security camera kind of just seeing the whole part of this valley or the parking spots of it. And then we have some stairs or a ladder to go up to the balcony as well. And we have another security camera, which is kind of positioned over on this side of it all. Not really up here either, just mostly down here, kind of like seeing the entrance, making sure the truck drivers get out safely and so forth. And right here we have a workman who is kind of directing, kind of like an airplane. But for the truck, since they are so bulky, he's kind of just directing them in the correct spots. And then as you guys can see, we have some lights. We have red lights for parked and then green for good to go. And since we have him there, we don't want the truck that just came in, this one right here, to park in this one because there's a little container that stores money in it. And so he's trying to make him go over here. And then we have a few security guards. We have two security guards walking together, just making their rounds. And then we also have two security guards right over here. And we have one of them kind of cracking a joke while one's kind of confused about the joke. And he's like asking him while the other one's snickering, which kind of makes sense since they are friends. And then we go down here. We do have another security guard who is just walking all by himself. And then from right around here, as you guys can see, we have a fire extinguisher and also a fire axe in case anything needs to be broken in or after of a fire. And then as we rotate around to the other side, we have another security guard at the very top. And he's kind of just making his rounds right after these two guys. And so, yeah, they're just making their rounds. And then as we make it over here, we have the top office. This is where the executives kind of work. And then we have the guy who runs the place in the black suit with a tan businessman trying to buy some gold coins. And as you guys can see, he has some money in the background from his backpack that he's wanting to swap out these gold coins and see what they're like, what they're valued, and see if he can buy them from this place. So right here we have a kind of like a mini microscope that is seeing if there's any difference between the two. Kind of like comparing and telling him what it is. And then we have a 40 coin, a 30, and a bunch of 20 coins. And then they have a computer with some research on it. And then we have a money counter right here with a guy counting the money and then putting it in this box where that is almost completely full. And then we just have another container which is empty as of the moment, which will most likely go into the bank or into the secure transport trucks. But yeah, and then as we move downstairs, we have another employee, and he is just counting the gold bars, making sure with his little panel over there, and making sure the quantity is correct in the amounts, and then also has the bags full of money or coins or whatever treasures that the bank armory holds. And then we also have another security camera in this room specifically to make sure that he doesn't steal anything. And I should mention that, as you guys can see right here with this door, they do have different panels. So this has to have a card inserted into it with a keypad, while this one right over here is just a keypad, no card whatsoever. And then as we kind of move over here, we keep moving. We have another employee, and he is just currently just carrying down that money to fill up the truck right here, which is missing one, which is from that, which they are filling up. And he's just jamming to some music. And as you can see from here, we are also watching the ghost videos from the employee over there, which I think they'd make great friends if they enjoy both of the same content. Just like if you guys enjoy this video, you guys should like and subscribe it if you do. And then we have a security guard right here, which is putting up an employee and having him turn off the power, which, as this one, you have to have a key card and a password. And this guy's Emmett has a key card, so he can turn off the power and locks. So if we go through the door, the door opens. We go through like the little plumbing room where you can turn off the plumbing. And then we have some pressure valves, some controls for that. And then we have two little switches which turn off all the lights right here and all the locks. And that is going to be very helpful for an inside man to kind of make sure that nothing really happens to the people trying to break in. Then we have two security cameras. We have 1 and 2. We have one security camera right here, which is kind of going over on that side of the whole thing, which I didn't build, but is the other side of the complex. And then we have this one right here, which, as we can see, is a broken or non-working camera, which we do know was because of that security guard right here. He kind of broke this or took advantage of the moment of this break right here. And then we just have the elevator going down, just going all the way down and onto this other platform, which he will stroll off and be used right here to upload it for this truck right here. And then we have another security camera right here as well. And then we have another right here. We have a little combined thing for all the tools that you need to fix and repair the trucks if they ever get broken down. You have a tool shed right here. And then, as you guys can see right here, we have some breaking in robbers. And then right back here, you guys can see that we have a coffee maker with a chair with some plans or engine plan blueprints with some construction. And then we have gloves on every single one of these characters. As we can see, we have brown gloves right here. And then we have some yellow gloves and we have some black gloves over there. And we have a panel right here. As you guys can see, that what needs to be done left on the plan. So he'll get texted with the correct, like if everything's done, once everything is done by the security guard up from top. And then right here, we also have a opening. So they cut the opening with that chainsaw right over here. And then we have a guard watching out who is kind of scared. And then we have a kind of like an old timer who's kind of been through the ringer. And they all have masks, by the way, so you can't tell who they are. And he's just pulling away that last part of the actual wall that they needed done. And then as we keep on moving over, You guys can see that this is a grass with trees and then a security camera actually on the outside. But then if you see the security camera, the angle, they measured that this sound box is actually the end of the security camera range. The security camera cannot see anything past here, which is why they're cutting in through the employee room. And so they're kind of protecting over here, and then they have some weapons over here. And then we just have a pesticide can, which this is also a pesticide can. And this is an employee of these guys. He's also a robber, but he's trying to fool them into thinking until anything goes bad or anything like that. And he's kind of just spraying down those dandelions and some weeds. That's a dead one that he's already sprayed. And then he's just going along the other ends, these blooming and these non-blooming, I guess you could say flowering dandelions, and kind of just rotates all the way around, just going up and trying to take care of them all. And they also have this side they should be doing, but they probably won't be, since they will probably be running away with a truck full of money. But overall, we have the outside with the music box kind of blasting music to get away with this, and then the tree kind of covering them as well. But this is the bank armory vault, or the bank truck armory heist. I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. I certainly did making this. If you guys did like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.